Wentz and Cam, no matter, blam. Pulling up with the coupe. Oh my goodness. Must have done same with the roof. Oh my goodness. You sitting looking stupid on the stoop. Oh my goodness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Anticipation is bouncing for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Breeze's Saints going up against Bortles' Jaguars.
Larry, first opened in 1995. There's a look inside Everbank Field here in the River City of Jacksonville, Florida. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's second down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double cover.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
They go play action here on first down. Looking long for Thomas. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. shotgun now for Breeze. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's fourth.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Here's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? Last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Ingram again. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Now Breeze. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. 23 yards on the play. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just one throw.
To throw, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near the 34. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Bortles will try again on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Carry for Chris Ivory. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
There we go. Blue 45. Left. Ace. Ace. There we go. Green 90. Green 90. Ace. Ace. Under 10. Under 10. Z.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Lambeau on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New Orleans offense working its way back out there. As we look at them ahead to 2018, as that wound to the end of 2017 continues to heal, Charles, they're going to have Kamara, Ingram, Thomas. If they have Breeze back at quarterback, this should be an excellent squad again.
It certainly should, and frankly, if the offensive line comes back healthy and intact, that's another big win for them, especially with their 2 tackles, Teron Armstead at left tackle, Ryan Ramczyk, who was a rookie last season at right tackle. They are loaded going forward. If they can get a real playmaker at tight end, that might be the last piece. And if that happens, I'd hate to be a defensive coordinator trying to game plan for them. And
he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Here's Breeze to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Blair Brown, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. Jags taking over on offense here in a second. And what a season, Charles, it was for Jacksonville. Some people did like them as a dark horse coming into the year, and they really responded.
Heard recently at one of the, all-star games, college all-star games, a scout saying, well, heck, haven't they been the dark horse for the last 5 years coming into the season? And he seemed a little bit bitter, so I'm going to let him go on that one. But the point is well taken. They have been building towards this. Really good drafts, really supplemented in free agency. And, yeah, they were a dark horse, but they played awfully well. 11 wins, 2 more in the playoffs. I think right now they'd love to get Allen Robinson back at wide receiver and add another playmaking tight end.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Mercedes Lewis from 10 yards out. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, You've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. On first down, Breeze forced out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Left, 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 left. Back, back. Close, left, 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 left. Left, 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 left.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Caught right side, it's Lewis. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Green, 39. Green, slow. Left, left, left. Ace. 36.
On first down, Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Green, 90. Green, 90. Left. Close. Ace. Check 44. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Kill.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Breeze to Ingram on the draw. And down he goes just beyond the 35. But that pretty move got him some extra space to run. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They're running. Ingram. They find some open field here. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now they'll throw with Breeze. Dancing to his left. And going. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Bortles now on first down. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Switch. Black 58, rail. Black 58, rail. There we go now. Green. Z.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Bortles. And he fires one incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. 3rd down here.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Black 58. There we go now. Left. Here we go. Left. Slow. Strip that ball. Z.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Fournette, a first down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 5. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. He's got the hook up to Lee. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it again with Fournette. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. They run with their short yardage man, Ivory. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Try to run it in, going option right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. 3rd and goal. Can the offense punch it in here from the 1? No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal?
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So on 4th down, Doug Marrone going to send out his field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And nice yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans 1st.
Hey, late 50, late 50. Ready. 95, 56, 95, 4.
Breeze now on 1st down. And Thomas has it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Ready. 5.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said,
touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, 36 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
They'll try and run with Ingram. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Here's a give to Fournette, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd down, Ivory. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took, and they'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Chris Ivory taking it in from a yard out, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And Charles, you know what coaches